Life is wonderful, full of complexity, with spontaneous reaction from thousands of surprise within. Indeed, there are more, finding new means, new lights, and even new reasons to fight each day. Life is wonderful once you are able to see how a small act of kindness can fix a big fractures in someone's life, saving them from those hard days, guiding them back to the light they've been searching for. Life is wonderful, where a simple act of convincing becomes someone's source of spirit, the match that they need to bless the fire. In the middle of frightening doubts, life is wonderful, where a simple, beautiful words can be a bridge for people to walk without falling into the deep abyss of hollow. This life is wonderful, as for one person could be more than enough reasons for others to live. Wonderful Complexity by Cintya Amanda Labetta.
Looking back, it's worth to look back once in a while. See the struggle we were once having, while fighting against every obstacles. See the dream we were once waiting for, the heartbreak, the joy, the confusion. All in doesn't make you who you are. Look back, my friends, and be proud of yourself.
Green. It's the color of nature. It's the color of black. It refreshes the mind and pleases the eyes. I was in an art space when I saw a beautiful shade of green. Captivates me. And it's combined with the perfect eye smile, reflecting the emotions I have. I smiled back, just as though the view is demanding my feet. I moved closer. That was when I finally saw you, the one that I've been searching for all this time. Standing there in green clothes with your beautiful smile curving, eyes staring at me, looking deep into my soul. It was as if I'm an open book. You read me like no one else can on the very first time I met you. And ever since that day, green has become one of my favorites.
Book and Knowledge by Cintya Amanda Labetta. I'm in greed for thousands of words written inside a book. I am thirsty for the knowledge and aspiration it gives me to moist my mind, keeping me away from the drought of cluelessness. What's next? I thought to myself as I finished one, yet already craving for more. I'm in need to find new things, a wing to explore, and books allowed me to, as it becomes my wing, letting me explore so many places in just barely a little time.
How does it feel to feel like you're in fire full of bravery, just to be blown up the next second? How does it feel to feel as if you're in a land full of colors, just to be kicked out to the black and white world? How does it feel when all feels alright, and the next second, it was blurry, as you feel your tears coming out? I can't tell how it feels, but one thing I can tell for sure, I'm here for you. We're all here, and you're not alone. How It Feels by Cintya Amanda Labetta.
Shades of Brown by Cintya Amanda. Brown, the color of your eyes, the eyes which I stare at to witness, the figure you try to hide behind, the figure that are invisible to almost everyone. Brown, a shade that reminds me of your warm gazes, the one that keeps me warm even in the coldest days. A gaze that speaks to me in a way words can't. If only Shades of Brown speaks to you the way it speaks to me, you'll know how much you mean to me.
You expect women to be full of love, to be the peaceful creatures that ever existed. But yet, just like how full the darkness kills the light, You kill them inside by creating life its unwritten rules, the rules in which you need to abide, while you be the judge and the perpetrator who rob of their rights, all at the same time. Perhaps you don't realize it's not as it needs to be fixed, it's not as it needs to behave to fulfill your expectation, nor to prove your portrayals of a woman. It's your heart that needs to be fixed, a heart full of hatred towards women, and it's you that needs to fix yourself. A misogynist whose visions are blurry but claims otherwise, out of the fear to be at the bottom. So please, don't bother to try and change us if you can change the way you think.
Hide. Still keep on hiding. This time I'm hiding from the past. It haunts me. Hide. This time I'm hiding from the pain. Hide. Hide from everything about me. Hide. It's not a game. I can't take it. I'm getting caught. After all, it's all a part of myself. No matter how many times I hide it, it's still there with me.
Reasons to smile. And then again, rainbow does come after the rain. Makes the sky glows effortlessly and spread happiness. Even after the sky have been in total gloom. All along we understand a reason for us to smile might come in sudden and most unexpected situation, and even from the most unexpected person.
You are a genius, a true expert of flowers, one who knows well the meaning behind every one of it. On the very first day that we met, you taught me how flowers can represent a lot of things. Told me about how rose symbolize love, only to bring me a bouquet on the day you decided to confess. It's been 100 days now, but somehow we're falling apart. And it turns out you give up right at the moment when you handed me a bouquet with 102 flowers inside, 100 cyclamens and 2 daffodils. Darling, you made me wonder, how can you hurt me over beautiful things? As all flowers are beautiful, but I know well the message you tried to tell, as you're the one who taught me to read those flowers like a book. That time, on the very first day that we met. Just as my heart began to scatter, you sent me a message to explain it better, make the situation even clearer. These 100 days have been magical, and I thank you for that. But this time we have to wake up, even if it means we must go apart. That 100 cyclamens are goodbyes to our 100 days, and that 2 daffodils are to remind of a new beginning in front of us. It was 100 days full of bliss, but I'm sorry it has to pass. I love you, please be happy. And with that, I'm just one of those flowers you tried to read, instead of the love that you're trying to keep. Cintya Labetta.
The stories we left. Those were the story that we decided to write on top of every blank paper we have. As we continue to write about our love, the things we felt, and the memories we passed. We were once partner in a team, always hope for the story to keep going. Compile it into one as our hearts unite. But lately, we lost our sense
losing our feels and our reasons to fight, stuck on those pages we contemplate to write. As the moment we had was no more in lights, leaving us with no lamps to try and look back, splitting us into two. Let the wind flown those moments we've been through. And that day, we finally reached the edge, left the story hanging with no end. As we decided to walk away, hoping the rain would obliterate, till no more pages are left, but then the winds decided to defy, helping those pages and lead them to us. Somehow we are aware of that, as we left it behind, but let its traces remain, not letting it forgotten by our minds, because deep down it never ends. Cintya, Amanda, Labetta.
The reasons. Those were the days when you decided to fill in those blank papers, facing up fears and befriended bravery. The moment of cheering crowds and beating hearts, where two connected souls finally met and intertwined fingers. Those were the time where the sweetness of hot chocolate brews fill the air, that you jump out of the bed as you cannot wait for another day filled with happiness. And those are the memories that become my reason to fall in deeper each and every day, only for you. It is the reasons for I want to share more happiness with you.
Lights. By now I can finally see the light of stars in the darkest night, intertwining with the moonlight. I finally can see the rainbows after the rain that I've been hoping for, the hope that I've always held on to, the small direction in the dark that leads to the light. I finally realized the fight and numbness guarding us from the sorrow, and now I sense the happiness I once longed for a long time. After all, I found my light, and I believe you'll find yours too.
Life is wonderful, full of complexity with spontaneous reactions, from thousands of surprise within. Indeed, there are more. Finding new means, new lights, and even new reason to fight each day. Once you are able to see how a small act of kindness can fix a big fractures in someone's life, saving them from those hard days, guiding them back to the lights they've been searching for. Life is wonderful, where a simple act of convincing becomes someone's search of spirit. They match that they need to ablaze their fire in the middle of fattening depths. Life is wonderful, where a simple beautiful words can be a bridge for people to walk without falling into the deep abyss of hollow. This life is wonderful. As for one person, could be more than enough reason for others to live.
You expect women to be full of love, to be the peaceful creatures that ever existed. But yet, just like how full the darkness kills the light, you kill them inside by creating a life its unwritten rules. The rules in which you need to abide, while you be the judge and the perpetrator who rob of their rights, all at the same time. Perhaps you don't realize. It's not as it needs to be fixed. It's not as it needs to behave to fulfill your expectation, nor to prove your portrayals of a woman. It's your heart that needs to be fixed. A heart full of hatred towards women. And it's you that needs to fix yourself. A misogynist whose visions are blurry but claims otherwise, out of the fear to be at the bottom. So please, don't bother to try and change us if you can change the way you think.